So I just learned a lesson yesterday. Choose peace over perfection in your marriage. When you ask your spouse to do something and they comply, what a wonderful thing. Not everybody has that luxury. The only thing I ask of you is when you ask them to do something, let them do it. Don't micromanage. Don't hover over them to ensure that they do it exactly as you would have done it. You're always, like I always say, your spouse is a different person than you. They are not going to do things the exact way that you would have done them. So when you ask them to do something, step back and let them do it. Let me give you an example of what just happened to me just recently. So what my wife and I like to do is cook ahead. So my job is to cook the breakfast. And so I was making eggs and I was almost done, but unfortunately I didn't time things properly, so I had to leave and go run an errand or else I was going to be late. And I thought to myself, my wife doesn't cook eggs like I like. The way she cooks them, they don't come out in the texture that I want, and I have a certain way that I like to cook eggs, and she's fine with it. But when she cooks it, sometimes, I don't really like it so much. And she was like, well, go and run your errand. I'll do it for you. And I hesitated, and I said to myself, man, I'm going to be angry if she doesn't do the eggs right and so on. But then I thought to myself, my wife knows how to cook eggs. Even though it's not going to be exactly as I like them, let me accept the help that she's giving me. Just like I would like for her to accept my help, let me accept the help that she is giving me as well. And I came back, and in fact, the eggs were cooked exactly as I like them as well. And so I saved myself from a lot of headache, a lot of just unnecessary arguing over something so trivial. And if you're married, don't laugh at me because you've had a silly argument just like that before. If you're not married, just be prepared that you will have silly arguments in your marriage. You can't escape it. Every single person that I've ever talked to who's been married has had a silly argument over something that's so trivial, like the how well the eggs are cooked when you're cooking them. So the lesson that I learned just recently is choose peace over perfection. Let your spouse do it when you ask them to do something, and don't micromanage, don't hover over them. Talk to you guys later. Assalamu alaikum.